So far, the way this worked is we had institutions, governments, kings in the past, and they kind of gave the structure to human society. But I think we're at this point now where we have technology that can help us do that. And blockchain is one of those. The luxury of Luxo will be that we will be able to organize ourselves and let creativity run free and create a creator economy where people interact globally without boundaries and without the silos that we have today, where everything is just like a fragmented account in different platforms and stuff doesn't really belong to you. Our internet has brought us together. We were able to talk and communicate, but we aren't really able to transact, or we were only able to transact through kind of intermediaries like banks, PayPal or Venmo. And transacting, is not only about money. It's also transacting your reputation. It's transacting your data, the things you do online, and how this translates from one platform to another. So one of the core pieces of Luxo actually is the universal profiles. And universal profiles is the first fully standardized smart contract account system that works not only as a wallet, but it also works as your profile.
What is this?
The smart contract account basically means that you have a more flexible wallet, if you will, if we're talking Web3 terms. Currently you use the private key and the address is the public key. So you can store assets and you can interact with tokens and all kind of stuff on the blockchain, but you can't store information. You can't change the security because your private key is your password. That's not changeable. You can't react on any kind of incoming asset or anything that somebody builds a protocol and your wallet can't react to this. You can't extend it with functionality. You have obviously the problem that you need to pay transaction fees yourself. That means you first need to have the native token to do something. So it makes basically using blockchain quite cumbersome. When you make your account a smart contract account, you can now have all of these things. And it took quite a while for us to standardize this because you need to really think like 10 years into the future. You need to think, okay, what else could happen? And that account still need to be able to do that. The most important thing is actually you need to be able to attach information. Because if you can't attach information, then any kind of social thing is always kind of a hack. With universal profiles, you can attach information. That's not only profile information, but it's also information that's relevant for a protocol. Somebody wants to invent a follower system, reputation, or any kind of protocol that needs somehow to store information on your account. They can now. You can have multiple devices and different permissions and stuff like this. You can react on anything. You can even automate the way you react. So your account can now basically automatically do stuff even if you're not there.
The default reaction that we do is that you write any token you receive into your profile so that it creates a decentralized portfolio.
And you have the ability to extend it down the road should there be new features, missing or things that need to come. Right now, by default, you can have a centralized recovery system where basically we and a custodian holds a key and they can recover your profile. You can add, MetaMask and a ledger, but all of this is now upgradable and changeable. Anybody could invent the whatever most decentralized recovery idea and just plug it into someone's profile and just ask them, hey, attach this recovery system to your profile and now you have the recovery. So all in all, it's a extremely versatile system. And every aspect of it is a standard. So it's literally built as a standard system. And with that, you bring in the whole social aspect into blockchain as well. Because everybody is social by default if everybody has a profile as their wallet, right?
Yeah.
Everything you see on chain is kind of identifiable. Yeah. If you want to be identifiable, now you have a full profile. If you want to be anonymous, just don't associate it with your name or use multiple profiles. I mean, people will probably have some for their public identity and others for their private personas. And that's okay. I mean, everybody who wanted to build something, on Ethereum in the last years that had to do with social or identity or, DAOs, anything of the creator space, they need universal profiles. And Luxo is kind of the Ethereum with those new foundation building blocks. And the cool thing is if you have an on-chain profile, your profile is detached from any service online. Yeah. It's its own thing. All your activity, you're moving something around, you're interacting, even posts in the future will be signed by your profile. So you now create a history that is impossible to fake. It either happened or it didn't happen. So now you have the ability to create literally systems where it's very clearly identifiable if that person is a real person, it lived long enough, you can attach any information. So you can even attach, a KYC data or third-party claims, say it's a human, proof of human.
So now you can make everything verifiable. You can create a more truthful journalism as well, yeah? I mean, you can now envision a journalist, the things they do, they sign. So now you have a verifiable source to where it comes from.
You know, I mean, it has the word profile in it, but a universal profile is extremely versatile. So it can function as a DAO. Yeah. A DAO should be a profile because now you have profile picture, websites, you know, descriptions, maybe some posts you link from your DAO, and it's governed by a group of people. It can function as an organization, but it could also function as the identity of an AI or a robot. If you know only that kind of computer has access to this profile and the profile does something, you know this is him or it, however you want to call it. Anything could have a profile or a smart contract account, if you will. All of this kind of stuff that we couldn't do in the last years in blockchain now becomes possible because we have that smart contract account system. There's nothing like it, so it's here, and now from here on it's now exploring. There's a lot of cool new standards we can build on.